All right, folks. This is the startup. So before we went through all the trouble of cleaning the tray because we had a bad print, a misprint. Um, it takes a long time. It's a very messy job. So one of the things you can do to prevent not having that problem is to visually inspect your printer and make sure that there aren't any floating bits of debris from a previous print inside the tray. But you can also make sure that you get your settings correct. Look at the resin tray and look at your cartridge and make sure that they match in the machine. Set your resolution correctly and hit apply. Okay, there's problem number one. It says broken models detected. Some models are damaged and need repair. That's not a good sign. The preform program will correct as much as it can, but if you see that, you might get a misprint. Even if you get an all clear in the printability section over here after you've loaded the file, even if you went ahead and pressed that repair button, there's a problem somewhere in your STL file, and the program is already telling you, they're already warning you that something may go wrong. So we're going to go ahead and say repair. And you notice the longer it takes, the more repairing they're doing, the more chance of there being a problem. Now, we can visually look at this and see, I don't see any issues. I don't know where it might go wrong, but one thing the program is sensing is doesn't have a flat bottom here, doesn't have a place for it to perch, and you're thinking, okay, that's fine, I can deal with that. I don't need all that other stuff. But there's also undercuts here and here, places where the printer may have an issue printing. So let's pick a surface that we want to lay flat so that we can start our work. I'm just going to go ahead and do it that way. You can do it with this part right here. See that? Just pick any one of these and it will do it in a different orientation fairly quickly. I know how y'all are always in such a hurry. See that? Pretty quick, okay? But as you can see, there's a gap here, okay? You can try and minimize that. I think I've mentioned before that the taller your print, the longer it takes. Okay, so now we have it set. Now we're going to generate some supports. That's right here. And we're going to look and pay attention to this spot right here. Okay, we're getting a check mark. Sometimes you'll get, here, let's try something real quick. Okay, sometimes you'll get the printability icon showing you that there's a problem. You'll get a little number here. That means there's a spot somewhere. That number will be 2, 3, 4, whatever. It'll be 1. You have to look for those spots that turn red. So you have to turn this on. You might as well turn this one on too. Okay? And you're going to find the spot that's having an issue. And in a weird place, Do you see it? Just a weird little spot for it to have an issue. So we're going to put a support right there. We're going to hit apply, and we're going to pay attention to this again. Okay, now we got a check mark. Okay, so the print that we just cleaned up had both the repair problem that we saw earlier when we imported the file, but it also had a blue check mark, meaning that it seemed like it was okay. We still had a huge printing error. There was massive amounts of debris in the tray when we tried to unload everything, unfortunately. So even if you get that, if you had a repair problem on your STL file prompt in the beginning, just be aware you may have a bad print. Okay, so don't be surprised. You might as well expect it. You can either take the time to go back and correct your STL file, or you're going to take 45 minutes later when you have to clean the tray out. So I would fiddle with your STLs until you get no errors and no repair prompts when you load it into the Preform software. Okay?